So, kids, what's more important, motion sickness or or a flight hijacking?
Well,
No,
first,
what's most important is getting a refund.
no. What's more important is we got a new character, Mr. Hi, my name is Motion Sick. Yutaka Takanuchi.
Yutaka Takanuchi.
How uneducated are these guys to not think, oh, a field trip might take place on a plane?
When you live on an island.
It's like, I prepped myself for every possible situation. Watch bullet trains, cars, and boats, but I never expected for it to take place on a plane.
Also, I would assume that when said field trip was announced, they said it would not be taking place in Japan. So you would have to take a plane to go to said destination, which is the United States.
Well, this episode is called USA USA Trip, which doesn't even take a tiny sliver, like less than a third of the episode takes place in the actual USA. So, when Takanuchi winds up in the USA, an imposter takes his place in Cromartie. Will the boys notice it? And what will happen when Bass High takes Maeda hostage again?
I swear he's like the Kenny of the show.
I like how they actually acknowledged it was again this time, because he got taken for a second time the last time and they acted like it was the first time.
Like, so what's the deal? Sounds like your friend, your friends don't really care about you. Oh Lord. Yeah.
They have Takahashi. You have him talking to these people, and they have his mouth flaps going at roughly 14,000 miles an hour in the beginning, and nothing he's saying is even remotely matching the cadence of what's going on with that.
Love
it. It's like 10 words with the mouth flaps of about 400.
Oh yeah. So Takanuchi he overhears these two people who are wanting to hijack the plane, and then they also make a meta joke about at first I was thinking it was okay because they were a bunch of high schoolers, but these guys look big, making fun of the fact they all look like 30-year-olds.
They're the size of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure characters.
And then he's like, "Hey, you two, what was it like? It's like, I heard you two, overheard you two planning on a hijacking the plane. I won't, you can't do that. I won't allow it." Well, technically we were, but
I mean,
it's my first time on a plane. I'm kind of nervous around all these people.
Oh, really? Man, me too.
You do. Everyone get out of here.
Then, what's his name? Hayashida is like, what? But what about our field trip? You don't get the hell out of my face. I'm going to kill you. There, done. And he's contemplating beforehand. Well, we can't let these two hijack our plane. That could cancel the field trip. Wait, but if they hijack the plane, that means that the field trip will be canceled, and then we don't have to get on the plane. That's good. No.
Then he remembers that they weren't going to commit a crime 2 seconds later. Hold on, guys. I thought you were going to... Now they think I'm an accomplice.
Oh, gosh. Takanuchi is slowly becoming my favorite character because he just wants to avoid motion sickness, and then he gets wrapped up in shenanigans outside of his world of understanding and command.
It takes a lot of talent to intelligently write people that stupidly.
Oh gosh. And then they end up in Nevada. Well, Takanuchi ends up in Nevada.
All by himself.
Oh god. My name is Yutaka Takanuchi, and where the hell am I?
My friends will come and find me. Even at this second right now, I guarantee they are looking and deciding how sad they are that I'm not there. Yes, didn't get to go on the field trip. That sucks.
Oh yeah, well, first of all, marshmallow cigarettes So once again, this whole episode continues the gag of weirdly obtuse censoring tactics of so they are not actually smoking cigarettes. One of the parts when they're like, yeah, but these guys look like 30-year-olds or something. You see one guy has a dragonfly instead of a cigarette. And then, yeah, it's just like, yeah, I'm sure they're worried about me right this instant. And then, of course, Kamiyama is just like, yo, I heard the plane hijacking was real and intense and scary, but I wasn't there. I was sick. And I'm just like, wait a minute, what? It's like, shouldn't we? Aren't we forgetting something?
Yeah, we never got a refund.
You
won't get your refund. You were sick the whole time. You'd be lucky if you could have.
You don't deserve any of it. They should give us back every single penny. And then there's that whole little gag with Hayashida being all like, hey, fun fact. And he has like, instead of like, where it's like the little sticker note that says Japan, it's actually stuck to his face.
Stapled to his face.
And then he's just like, did you know that like time zones are different? So it's like, so like in US, while everyone's looking up at the stars, we're here taking a mid-afternoon nap.
Do you think they're looking up at the same stars I am? I think my favorite thing from this whole episode is when they have masked Takanuchi in the classroom, and his fucking subtitle was "Masked Takanuchi. It's actually the hijacker." Like, as if the audience is too fucking stupid to realize that's not him.
Well, it's like the audience knows he's not there, but everyone, the problem is everyone else there are just a bunch of absurd knuckleheads, man. Like, because they're just like, but the best part is we got Takanuchi.
And then I love his rant about like you guys are 16. That's still the age. That's still technically the age of a child, but we need to be adults because violence is not adult.
It's not okay.
If I get taken away from a fight like this, I'll be put away for 20 years. They're like, whoa, 20 years? You're 16 and you've... I think my favorite gag is still Hayashida saying the time zone difference, and then Kamiyama's is like, oh, who cares? It's like, what's wrong with you, man? You don't like me sharing my knowledge of, what was it?
Astrology?
Yeah, astrology. Something like that.
No, I just don't understand how it's pertinent right now.
Oh gosh, the puzzle ring. That pulled up like a really like deep in my mind memory of when Goku had to deal with this. Like I don't know if it was like a Dragon Ball Z.
That is outside of my zone there.
No, it's like this was like either in like a Dragon Ball. No, it had to be in a Dragon Ball Z episode. Because we didn't get to see adult Goku. I know we're going off a side tangent here, but stay with me for a second. And it's just like Goku had to do something. I think it was get like some Dragon Ball or something, and they're just like, well, we know you're like the strongest person in the world, but can you solve these puzzle rings? And it takes like Goku like maybe 24 hours or something, and I don't know why that memory just popped up in my head. Now I kind of
I vaguely remember this, but wow.
This is what's up with this show. It's so like not interested in a plot. So when these gags come up, it's like, oh, my brain's going to go into like a wildly different direction than what this show wants.
It's like I just got done binging another anime called Trinity 7.
Oh yeah,
and that the stark difference is here. That show had a good idea, plots, and characters, and then in a weird way skirted it just to be harem boobies, haha, funny sex joke anime, to where this one is just like, we're not even going to attempt to have a plot. We're going to actively run away from any chance of having a plot whatsoever.
The most plot that they have here is the vague rivalry between Cromartie and Bass High.
And like they could have even done more like gags on the plane if they wanted to, but they just kind of cut out the plane ride altogether. And Takanuchi is just somewhere in Nevada. Oh gosh, and don't expect an explanation of why there's a fake the hijacker is now taking his place. No, like in between explanation of why he's there now, but gosh, and then the gag of just like, wow, I couldn't believe there's someone among you animals who could have solved that. It's a gorilla.
Yes.
Oh gosh, this show.
That was the perfect note to end the episode on.
It ends on the Bass High stuff, and then it's just like Mayanna's just like, yeah, maybe they don't care about me, but I do let them come over to my house a lot. Like, huh? All right. Then the episode ends. So we're hitting the halfway point almost. So do you think this show could go on for another 13 or so episodes?
I mean, it's made it for as long as it has without having a plot whatsoever.
Like, there are some parts where I'm like, okay, this one feels like the lesser gags got shoved into one episode, or it's like they had to, but like either budgetary or production reasons, had to stretch out one plot like long, like the whole the comedy guy. It's like his was just like full on, like one gag that he doesn't get this kid show or the weird absurd take of a kid show, and here they fit in a plane hijacking plot and then a double taking Takanuchi's place.
Well, it's one of those things where I'd have to read the manga because this is published in Shonen Jump. I finally noticed that in the start of it, where I'm like, I just gotta wonder if like each week that's just what the thing was, and they just went, okay, that's what the episode is.
Well, it's like
I don't know if some of these would go better off of just a picture.
Well, that's what I want to know, and it's like, well, it's been forever since I've been to like my local comic book store, so I don't know if they even have the comics online or whatever and such.
I'd imagine you could find it on not Comixology. There's an Amazon or like there's an app. I swear to God, there was isn't there a manga app? Am I wrong?
I know there's like, I think Katakawa has one. Okay. But yeah, no, I wonder if this is like, oh, are they adapting like a 3-panel Garfield kind of comic? Like, because sometimes when you get like newspapers and such with the comics and such, it's usually like 3-panel comics, and then on Sundays or something you get like that one continuous like fantasy tale comic that is like put into the newspapers on Sunday because they're like the only colored comics that you see during that time period. Well, while newspapers are still a thing and such, but
yeah, right.
But I think I'm at a point where I'm just like, the show's gonna do whatever it wants. We're just here for the ride. So
yeah,
that's basically where I'm at. I'm just enjoying the ride.
I'm genuinely curious. Each time we start up an episode, I'm like, what the fuck are they doing this time?
Oh gosh. And it's like, would you have liked to have seen like a more traditional take on a delinquent drama, like with these kind of characters, or is it just no?
These in my opinion are written specifically for this purpose, and I have a feeling I would actively hate them if I had to watch them for like 18 minutes an episode.
Yeah, same. I think that's the thing. I like half long episodes are like short form anime. I think that's what works for this one, because at least for something like Sleepy Princess and the Demon Castle, they have like a plot of the episode, like an overarching theme of the episode, and then they just sprinkle the gags throughout. We should talk about that one. That one's really freaking funny. But yeah, no, I'm still very much enjoying rewatching all this.
Oh yeah, I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
But all right, let's get on out of here and get to the next one. Cam, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Cam's Eye View, or what as we record this, we're wondering what the fate of Twitter is.
Yeah. So, God, we got our Twitter handles up there, Mike. God, we might be on Hyper Mastodon by the time this shit airs.
Anyway, so you can find me. I have my own website called camsiview.biz where I review animated films and shows from around the world called The Other Side of Animation. I am the co-host of the Renegade Animation podcast on renegadepopculture.com. I also have a Patreon at patreon.com/camsiview.
All right. Mike, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter, if it's still up, at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and maybe Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube, on Podchaser, on the Banana Meter. Listen to all of our podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
And you can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube, which I'll be pretty confident are still okay by the time this comes out. All right. Till next time, we'll see you all later. Bye.